Alright, Ace here from SeattleShowgal.com here with Grynch. First off, where'd you get that name Grynch from?
A friend of mine just like called me it one day. I was trying to think of like a rap name. Nothing was really sticking. And one of my friend Josh, actually, he just came up with it. I can't remember. It came out of nowhere. It's kind of random. It just stuck. It just kind of worked. There's no real crazy story.
So there's like no meaning behind it, really?
No. I'm gonna steal hip hop back from all the whackness.
Yeah, there you go.
Nah, man, but yeah.
Kind of the same thing?
Yeah.
So you've been basically crafting this for, what are you going on now, like 6 years, 7 years?
I mean, I've been in the local scene, you know, really working at it on like, I guess you call it like a professional level for a little over 5 years, you know, but I've been writing since I was younger, since I was about 10, just on some dumb kid shit, just writing raps that if I looked at them now, I'd be like, dude, that's terrible. That sucks.
What's the most important part of the rhyme you're actually writing? Is it more the rhythm, the flow, the storytelling, the metaphors, the punchlines?
Man, all of it, man. I mean, all that stuff matters. You know what I mean? I think I just like making music that strike a chord with the listener somehow.
I got
you. Know what I mean? That's the ultimate goal. I mean, that's what I really try to do.
What's your motivation?
Motivation? I don't know, man. I just enjoy it. I just enjoy this shit, man. Like. Me personally, I mean, it's a lot of fun. You know what I mean? It's just, you get a feeling, you can't really put it into words, you know what I mean? It's just something about it that's just like, yeah.
What's your favorite part? Your favorite part of the whole?
Performing.
Performing.
Performing's fun. You go out there, you see people rapping your words back at you, and that's, the first time that happened to me, I was like, dang, that's weird. Like I did, like about last summer I did a show at Chop Suey. I did a song off of my album, My Second Wind, my last album called Dear Grynch, and it's like a kind of a punchline-y, you know, tongue-in-cheek, kind of poking fun at myself song. Like at the end of every line, like my DJ would cut out the beat and the people would just spit the bar back at me. And I was like, holy shit, this is crazy. Like all these people know the words of this song. And like, a lot of them I don't know. That type of stuff's cool. You know what I mean? Just seeing that what you write and stuff like that can, like I said, just strike a chord with the listener, stuff like that.
What's the highlight so far for you?
Man, that's honestly hard, man, because there's been like a lot of things, you know what I mean? Like I did Bumbershoot last year, opened for Nas last year, that was crazy. I think probably, man, just the first time I actually put out a project back in high school. My first project was like an EP, it's like a 7-song project that I put out as my senior project. Like that was crazy because I got them back, they're all packaged up and stuff, and like I went and sold. We had 100 copies. We did like a real short run. We had like 100 copies. I sold them all at school in one day. And I was like, dang, this is crazy. Like, not so much the fact that I walked out of school with like $500, but the fact that I actually finished something and I was able to like be like, hey, check this out. I still have people from like back in the day at Ballard be like, man, I still listen to that. And I'm like, no, don't listen to that.
What did it take for you to really go to the next quote unquote level? Do you know what I mean? Like,
living, man. I mean, you know, there was a time, I mean, if you listen to my early stuff, it sounds like I was just trying to be the best rapper. Like, oh man, I just want to spit the hardest bars, man. You know what I mean? That's still a part of it. You know what I mean? That's obviously, man. I mean, if you're a rapper, you gotta be confident. You gotta want to be like, I'm dope. But I mean, you go through things in your life that will shape who you are. You know, and really, you know, if you listen to my older stuff and you listen now, you'll hear like a lot of growth. You know, it just sounds a lot more mature. You know, I do a lot more storytelling, a lot more stuff that pertains to just me and my everyday life now.
I think that one.
I can still spit though.
Yeah, definitely. I think one thing that people don't realize out there is that you're not currently signed to a label, so to say. So most of your projects are
They're
self-funded.
Right. Yeah. And like right now, currently, you know, pursuing, you know, getting a situation on like a bigger scale for the next record. Because I'm working on the next record, but I'm just trying to make sure that, you know, situation's right for the next go around. So.
Which gets me to the next question. Are you surprised by the response of this EP?
Yeah.
Was it like this on the last EP?
No. This one has just been, it's been crazy. I mean, right now it's at just over 2,600 downloads since Tuesday, and it's Sunday now. That was ridiculous to me. I'm like, what? Really? You know, like the Times had me on like the front page of SeattleTimes.com like twice this week. I was like, what? I like that hat, by the way. It's fresh.
Like that hat?
The Biggie.
Go and put it up there. There it is.
Oh, yeah.
Has there ever been a really bad moment on stage? What's the worst thing that's ever happened to you up there?
The worst thing that's ever happened to me on stage was when my guy Larry Mizell from The Stranger, he was hosting a show of mine a year ago. Me and Larry, we crack on each other. Mainly he cracks on me, gives me shit. He was hosting the show and he told the whole crowd, he's like, up next, we got a herpes survivor. My man Grynch. And I was like, what? For the record, I have never had herpes. Or an STD for that matter. And then after that, and then in the middle of the set, he like bum rushed me.
Like
he
came
came
on
up on
stage?
stage and like damn near bum rushed me. I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
As far as the difference between the Something More EP and this EP, what's the main difference to you?
I would say this is a lot. I mean, it's mellow at points, but I think this one's just a lot more animated and like, I say there's a lot more character on it. I think people will get an even better idea of me as a person after listening to this project. The last one was dope too. It was well received, you know what I mean? But I just think my sound is just continually getting more and more refined, you know, it's just pretty simple as that, you know.
What's one thing that you've heard about the EP, I guess, specifically that you hear the most of?
Oh man, and that Volvo song is stuck in my head. I've been wanting to do that song for a while, because I've driven the Volvo for a while, like years. And I remember I was listening to the Kanye West Graduation album, and that's one song, The Glory, he's like, tank gone empty, whip up my mama's Volvo. And I was like, oh shit. And that would be tight is to chop and screw that and put that on a hook. It's definitely not my most lyrical song by any means. It's just kind of, you know, tongue-in-cheek stuff, you know what I mean? Just feel-good stuff.
Growing up, being obviously Caucasian,
yeah.
You are of shorter stature. How tall are you, may I ask for the record?
5'6".
5'6".
5'5".
5'5", 5'6". And when people hear you on a record, they probably don't realize you're shorter than what you sound on a record, which is a good
like,
thing.
man, you sound hella big and black. I'm sorry. Like you act like I mean, it's not my fault I have kind of a deep, bassy voice. Being, you know, short.
Is that a sensitive subject?
No.
Not at all.
That's me, man. I mean, I can't do anything about it. Nor what I want to.
Right.
Me. I'm happy being me.
As far as your future goes, in the future timeline, you said you can come out with a new record next. Are you looking 6-8 months out?
No, it might be a little bit longer than that.
A little bit longer, the albums?
I'll be around, you know, I'll be popping up on different records here and there.
Are you going to be playing more shows in the future?
I'm trying to get more shows, you know, try to do more out-of-town stuff. But I'll definitely, you know, I'll be around Seattle, man.
More than you have in the past couple months. Yeah.
You're like, damn, man, like you just been disappeared.
Well, no, it's funny because I went to your MySpace, right? And when you go to your MySpace, you see these tons of flyers, like all these pictures of Grynch over the past 5 years, you know, of you just being all over the place.
Yeah.
And then you go and you look at your shows, and it was just kind of bare.
Yeah.
The past couple months. It's even before the EP came out. I think I'm kind of looking like, okay.
I just really wanted to kind of, you know, fall back for a while and just, you know, just get back in the studio and knock out these new songs. I mean, most of the songs on the EP are really recent, you know, like within the past couple months.
So speaking of the EP, one quick question is, did you always want to have the download for free? The thought process behind that was?
Nah, I mean, I definitely just, if you notice, there's a trend of it going on right now. Like not only in Seattle, but all over. And I mean, it gives you a ridiculous amount of exposure. You know what I mean? People will listen. Like, oh shit, I'm gonna check this guy out. And if they like it, man, I mean, they will come back and buy your older stuff and all that kind of stuff. For me, it's been very effective. You know?
Cool. So why don't you tell people where to actually download it at? You
can download both of my EPs. Something More. Shout out to the homies Two Good Men in Boston, and the new Chemistry EP at getgrynch.com. That's GRYNCH.com.
Getgrynch.com. And one last thing, you gonna rock that show tonight? Is the show gonna be packed? What are you expecting tonight?
Yes, it's gonna be crazy.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
All right, Ace from SeattleShowGuy.com signing off.
Ace. Peace, y'all.
Peace.